Hari Om, and we continue with the mantra 3031, A, Nor of Yoga. Sanskrit first. Prana, apana, vashu, jiva, hyatshachrodvam cha gachati. Apanah karshati, pranam pranopana vena karshati. Urdvadach samshrita vetu, yo yanati sa yogavit. And translation is, so the jiva, influenced by prana and apana, ascends and descends. For prana draws apana up, and apana draws prana down. One who knows the significance of the ascending and descending of jiva is the Nor of yoga. So basically I was trying to say, the moment you control and aware of it, you know the yoga. Before that, maybe not. Commentary. According to the theory of pranayama, the involuntary process of breathing, by which the jiva constantly moves up and down, can be made voluntarily by the introduction of awareness. And that's exactly what we do in every practice. Even doing just the asanas practices, you are focusing on that. It is possible to attain mastery over the breathing process and harmonize the flow of prana and apana through breath awareness and control, coordination of the breath with mantra, awareness of the pranic movement within the body. Once this harmony and control is attained through the practice of pranayama, it becomes possible to observe and transcend the gunas, thus attaining liberation. And the gunas, it's something we talked about briefly before, something that's three different aspects of you, and usually one prevailing or two prevailing, one diminished, so it's constant. We're constantly within the disbalance of one or other. And the yogi, or this one that's in the middle, in the perfect sense, the knower of the yoga, the one who in the middle, in between, all of those, so equally using them in benefit. All the scriptures, the yoga gurus say it's simply could be achieved by practicing pranayama, simple meditation techniques. Doesn't have to be sophisticated meditation techniques, which when you can start controlling your apana, you just first start aware of it. You do have apana, you do have a prana, you do have apana, you do have the constant movement, of the energy. The moment you start observing it, learn, it will be easier to control it. And then you can voluntarily bring it down, up, speed up, lower down, this kind of stuff, bring it to particular places of the body, particular chakras, and then you can be a Nora, you can control it. So in the mantra it is said that one who understands the significance of the ascending and descending of jiva is a Nora of yoga. So simple yet very profound mantra, just giving you all the answers, all the cards. There's no secrets, there's no ancient techniques which exist. Just start controlling your prana. But many people cannot get there because the constrictions in the mind posed enough through our lives, posed enough every day. And I notice many people right now talking about delusion in the world. So they believe in a simulation, for example. That's one of the words people use, or Matrix, the famous movie Matrix, kind of trying to show it on a very rough, rebelling type of scenario when you have this totally controlling robotic intelligence or something like that. It's all talks about the same, and when people trying to see something in the world which could be controlled, or they call it mistakes in the matrix, glitch in the matrix. It's not like literally you're in a computer game and there's a glitch. It will be the reality showing you something, or not showing you, or you're just noticing something which you haven't noticed before, or the way your mind rebel or interact with the world and trying to noticing things. So all this all coming through, and often we have like siddhis that manifest themselves, and they might cause this glitch in the matrix which we think are, and so on. And another example of many people right now are saying that they start awakening and they can see this noise and how this world become worse and this kind of stuff. But just remember that it's always been the same. So when we're reading the ancient scriptures, thousands of years, and we're not talking even 1,000 or 2,000 years ago, when religion like Christianity, starting through the Jesus and stuff like that. We're talking about 5, 6, maybe even older scriptures, because before even the first Upanishads and stuff being started written, they've been given from teacher to the student, from guru to the aspirant or sadhi, through the mouth, through the word, before they even were considering to be written down. And many tantric teachings, which I try as well and practice, they haven't been written officially because of this particular attributes to preserve it. And now we have video cameras and this kind of stuff, so we can transfer information differently. But back in the day, even those things didn't exist, and there was the only way to ensure the person-to-person transmission of the knowledge through telling it, teaching your student, and also you were bound by do not give it away to anybody because of the consequences in my play. It's not because we don't want anybody else to be enlightenment people in this world, but it's because if you give it to somebody who's not ready, there could be very bad consequence for that person, first of all, and you'll be responsible for that. And secondly, this person might have these extra abilities which they will not use how they intend to use it for self-growth. They will use it for manipulating other people or control the world or this kind of stuff. So they might only harm rather than excel. Yeah. So that's why these teachings were kind of like secretly given from person to person, and still there's not many of them been written down. But at the same time, there's nothing, if you look through even practices and knowledge, it's all about the same. Yeah, so it's all same story given, talked or practiced in different ways. That's how I see it through. Even if you look on the religions, despite all the little discrepancies, and the differences usually is the when people start writing it down, and the people who are writing it down, they try the best to write down, for example, whatever Jesus was saying, but at the same time they put their own understanding, political situation of the life, whatever way of life they were living, traditions, their time in the country, or even the who writing it down. It's very important, and it's all reflected in the scriptures. So every scriptures have this behind meaning, kind of the same, but at the same time these differences reflect by who was written down. And that's why it's so good to read different texts and look on the different commentaries, because you always heard something new. But it's only like one part of your practice. The majority of it should be your personal practice and your practice with your guru teacher, the one person you respect and feel yearning to. That's the guru, the teacher that you should follow. You cannot follow somebody who you don't respect or don't want to be like that person. So always think about your intuition, and it will all come to place. But even today, we don't even have to have a teacher, guru. They say the teacher comes when you need it. So sometimes you can, like I had different teachers of yoga and different aspects of yoga coming through my life. But it was a long time before I actually get a guru. But some people, they straight away find a guru since they were young or something, and they follow, and they might fall apart, they might not be happy, because it's not, most of the time it's not about actually the teacher or the guru. I mean by the teacher, I mean your guru, discipline who teach you practices and stuff like that, who really know her. Often we change, and something we thought amazing before might change. If you remember yourself when you were a teenager, or then when you were in your 20s, and then you were in 30s, and maybe in the 40s, depends how old you are. There was all different people, different understanding, different perspective. So just to keep this in mind as well. And I hope you will prosper on your path of enlightenment. Blessings.